Where are you from?
So, originally born in North York, Ontario, moved up to the country, small town of Orono. That's where I pretty much grew up, and then got into wrestling from there. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Who trained you?
my original trainer, I was 16 years old. Showtime, the original Showtime, Eric Young,
Oh,
and alongside Sean Spears, Jake O'Reilly, and Crazy Steve, and TJ Harley was one of the other coaches there as well.
that's awesome. I love Jake O'Reilly too.
Oh, he's a great guy. Yeah,
I know.
one of the guys I really want to wrestle again too. So yeah,
What got you into wrestling?
no, I've always been a wrestling nerd. Growing up, I got to see WrestleMania in the Sky Dome, uh, and I was pretty much training right after that. So like I was hooked. I got to see the live music with like the live bands that were performing there and everything. Like Triple H was one of my big idols growing up. Kind of sucked I didn't get to see Shawn Michaels there at the time because I was like those were my two favorite guys. But yeah, just growing up, it just kind of everything in life kind of led me to training, and it was kind of crazy because it was a 2.5 hour drive to Eric Young's originally. So the first year, my dad had to drive me all the way there. So if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been able to train. So he put up with that and believed in me. So second, I got my license the first day I was there and driving on my own. So I've always been I've been pretty much raised to be on the road for it. And it took a bit of time off, and you know, things in life lead you to the things you love again, right? If it's meant
Yeah.
to be. So yeah,
That shows your passion, man. That's good.
yeah, that's all we can do, right? Like that's like a big thing you were saying with your show, like you want to talk about mental health and all that, right? Like
Yeah.
the big thing with wrestling, like a lot of wrestlers deal with, like just overcoming yourself, right? It's a big thing, like yeah, just believing in yourself. Nobody's the greatest in the world at this, right? Like we're
Yeah.
all we're all trying to do good, and the biggest thing that I would say that I learned through all this is just everyone's trying to find themselves, and that's the biggest thing with like mental health, and that we're all trying to find our place in this world, and it's a very, very hard world to find your place.
It is.
So
You're right.
yeah, and for me, I tried a lot of different things. I've had a pretty interesting life to lead me down the road to where I am today. So for me, finally finding myself, I'm just enjoying it, and I think living in the mall with your goals as well is a big thing. you know if you it's easy to get stuck in a rut, and I learned that a big lesson on that. Like I had an injury. I don't know if you saw anything on like my I shattered my whole foot. So
Yeah.
that was a big thing. I was stuck in bed pretty much for an entire month. Like I got to the gym for maybe like half an hour just to get out, just to do something. So you learn a lot about like mental health when you're stuck in bed, and the only thing I had to deal with was pain. Literally my foot was it was the worst pain I ever had. The first 2 weeks it was out of this, it was still dislocated, and we didn't even know. So it was like,
Ooh.
like an 8 out of 10 pain, just nonstop. So when you get to that point where you're like, I couldn't think about anything but that. So
Yeah.
it was a big lesson for me to mentally train myself to be focused in a different way, which I've never experienced to that level. But and then as like as you recover, that drove me to recover quicker. And then as I recovered, you realize all the other pains that you kind of put aside when you're dealing with your health. You don't realize a lot of those other pains that you still had. So
Yeah.
it's a big experience dealing with that stuff too, like physical and mental pain, right?
And you finished the match too, eh?
I I didn't realize they really did. It's just something you kind of, you know, I don't know. It's just something I felt, right. Like, and Bill Collier, amazing guy. Everybody in the match, amazing. Like I remember he grabbed me at one point. He's like, "You're gonna keep going, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yep." He's like, "All right." He's like, "I got you, brother," and like, great guy. And I just didn't want to let the match down. For me, that was the biggest thing. Like
Yeah.
I really want to do good with this time, and I put a lot into it. I'm trying to improve in that, and it was like damn, right? I wasn't really like worried about the injury at the time. I was just like, how can I work through this right in the moment? And then when it was done, it was like reality hit, and you're kind of like, oh, damn, right? But I'm glad I did it. For a big reason is like a lot of things I did, I quit, right? And that was because of like my mental health. This time it was like a physical thing where I'm like, damn, this isn't myself stopping me. This is like a physical thing stopping me, right? So
Yeah.
you realize like the mental power you really have to overcome things
Yeah.
when you want something, right?
Mhm.
So that was like a big thing that I learned from the whole injury experience. Made me love
So
what I'm doing a lot more too. So it's a
good.
big thing, but yeah.
So what type of mental health have you dealt with?
Me, a lot of it, like I'm a very, I keep to myself a lot, right? So a lot of the things
Yeah.
I've been through, I keep to myself. Just dealt with a lot of different things. I can't think of anything specifically because I've kind of taught myself over time to not feel sorry for myself as much in a way. Like I've been through a lot of hard situations where I'm like, keep going, right? And
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing for me is not looking, I can reflect back on those things, but they were lessons in my life to make me who I am, right? So, I've been through times where I've been depressed. I've been through a lot of dark times and I went through them alone and, I kept to myself on them. I think a big thing for people is talking about it, not being afraid to talk about it. Like that's one of the reasons I stopped wrestling for the first time was just like my own mental state at the time. Like I had a lot of injuries and stuff, but like it was like obviously I'm doing it again today. So like it was all not being in the right state of mind, right? So
Yeah.
I think a lot of it's we put a lot of pressure on ourselves for things.
Oh, I
And
know that.
when you take that pressure away and you start enjoying it and you realize, if you work every day at things bit by bit and you actually practice at things and, you get better at them, like you gain that confidence and you enjoy things a lot more, right? So for
Yep.
me, just day by day, picking away at the things that I enjoy doing. That's what I love doing, right? And that's wrestling, looking the part for wrestling, all the whole package of bringing it together in my perspective now. And that's what I enjoy, is just being myself with it.
That's good, Mike.
Yeah, well,
Like
thanks.
me myself, I deal with schizophrenia and depression and anxiety and PTSD. But for
Yeah.
me, I feel the most alive when I'm at shows fan camming.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I understand that. It's like the shows keep me alive too. Like I've, it's you know what though, it's good to have that passion, right? Because you have those things to look forward to. Like you've got the next show, like you get pumped up for, and
Yeah.
you need those things. If you just go through every day doing the same thing, you're gonna be bored, right? So
Yeah.
that's awesome that you have that passion to bring that camera out and do that stuff. And like we need more fans that are dedicated like that.
Yeah.
Like makes the business more enjoyable. But yeah, yeah,
What are some of your favorite matches to watch?
me, I've been studying a lot of older stuff. It depends. Right now, I'm very detailed in just practicing and getting improving myself. So, but watching a lot of things to retrain myself in ways. So I've been studying a lot more. I haven't been watching it necessarily to enjoy it as much, but I've been really studying things like a lot of Kurt Angle, a lot of Shawn Michaels, Dynamite Kid. Like I've been getting really, I've very big OCD in studying things. So like I've been like, especially like I had to relearn to walk. So I've been studying footwork and wrestling, like all those. So that's anything that captures me with that. Like if I'm watching something, I'm like, wow, that's a really those guys are working great. Like I'll study that and watch that. So I guess that's what I'm watching the most of. Like I'm just kind of jumping around right now with it, but more or less like in study mode with it, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah,
So why the Michelangelo gimmick? Like personally, I fucking hate it. But you're a heel,
that's
so you're
well,
doing a good job.
yeah, exactly. That I'm doing my job. Just kind of how it worked out. Like it was a friend mentioned the name. I came up with the name, and it was originally supposed to be like just a bodybuilding gimmick, like coming out with exercise bands and that. And then it was actually one of the ring announcers that came out with like the man card from Stone. And I kind of went from that, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not so much of a bodybuilder anymore, as like I'm not as big as what I was and all that. So I kind of became like trying to get more into the character development, more of like the statue of David in a sense. But I
Yeah,
carved myself like a very egotistical thing, which is the opposite of myself. So
yeah,
I got really into thinking of the things that, what's egotistical, like, just thinking of things like that, where like you are the piece of art, and obviously it makes people hate me. So it's doing its job. Who wouldn't hate someone that thinks that they're a piece of art, right? And
exactly, exactly.
like, yeah, like it's funny. Like I get called Ninja Turtle and all these things, and people get into it, and it's funny because I'm like, it doesn't bother me because I'm like, well, you don't understand art. You're not educated, right? So
Yep.
like, you can throw it
Man,
at people however you want. And
you got to pose more like Hulk Hogan.
yeah, I gotta get a little bit bigger too. Yeah, I
I
do my one pose, my Frank Zane pose, which I actually had Frank Zane like that pose, so I'm like, I'll stick with that one. So,
That's pretty cool.
but yeah,
No, you do well, man. You're a good heel. I like you.
thank you,
You're
thank you, I
welcome.
appreciate it. I don't have it really a lot of moves to be a baby face, so I started off really small when I did it. So, and like when I broke in, guys were huge. So I was a jobber for a long time until I hit the gym and gained weight, and so I was always selling a lot. So
But
like,
that's
and
okay.
that's what I enjoy.
That just
Pardon?
means you're good at the basics.
Well, that's all I could do at first, right? So I was like at Showtime's gym, it was like I was just doing. I was terrible at first, so it was like just doing the basics over and over and over, to where like I remember when I came back, I took a back body drop, and it was like the same way we did it back in class, like 15 years or whatever or more ago, and it was like you got to drill those basics in your head to where it's like robotic, and I don't know. It's a tough game to get down, right? But once you get those basics and you can sell, then you can start like the moves. I don't want to kind of give away the magic of pro wrestling here, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But like as a heel, like my job is to make a babyface look good in a way, right? So whatever I can do to make it more interesting instead of just going out there and bumping around and making it boring. So for me, like I enjoy doing that stuff more, right? Like that's just
yeah.
how I was brought in as a smaller guy. So when I got bigger, it was a little different. When I was like, oh wow, I can throw guys around. I got some strength now. So
Cool.
that was more when I came back too, right? Like I had more of a move set to do.
So, what are some of your favorite moments in life?
Um, wow, there's been some pretty interesting ones. I would say the Canada Day show coming back to wrestling, because like that was probably a very significant moment, because when I stopped wrestling before, like I said, it was like on mental terms almost, right? Like I had a breakdown with things and all that.
Yep.
And when I broke my foot, like instantly I knew I was coming back. And it was the first time in my life I made a plan. Uh, it was hard on a lot of people around me, but I set a goal and I came back, in less than half the time that the doctors told me to. And it was just a great moment. I got to wrestle one of my best friends that we always said were Clash Kincaid. We always said we were going to work a match, and
I hope
yeah, that
so.
was a fun match too. Like I didn't, it was great. Like I trained for it. Like we were training, 2, 3 days a week in the gym. Like we got out there, and it was like I did all the prep work that I should have done years ago in a way. But now that I did it, I enjoy it a lot more. So it's kind of like just like a moment where I'm excited to move forward. So I would say that moment. Uh, when I came back to wrestling was a big moment, but that was also like a really hard time in my life too. So I was going through a lot of hard things, and then when I came back, it was more like a out of aggression, right? Like, and then when I did it, I was like, I remember at the end of the match when I went up top, it was the first time I remember seeing people going like crazy at a show, and I'm like, all right, I'm hooked now again, and that was a pretty cool moment. There's been a lot, like probably your first match in a way, I guess, but that's probably more of a nerve wracking moment. But like, there's a lot of significant moments throughout my life that I just kind of remember, but I can't really pinpoint anything specific because I'm always trying to chase that next big moment, I guess,
Yeah,
in life. Like I'm not ready to stop with it. So I guess I'm like, I can't really think back to a huge one because I'm looking forward to the next one, I
that's
guess.
clever.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of a weird way to put it, but
You're always kept on the grind.
yeah, I have to. Like, and I've been through times where I didn't do anything, and I watched my buddies grow in the wrestling business. Like, I broke in with a lot of really talented guys, and I always followed them and supported them when I wasn't doing it. And I was like, when I finally got that urge to do it again, like I went through those times when I wasn't. So you appreciate it more, right?
How long have you been wrestling, Mike?
I did it 16 to about 23. So I did it for a while when I stopped at 23. And then I started 2 years ago. Again, it was the December.
Okay.
Not last year, the year before. Uh, I did like close to 50 matches the first year back. But yeah, I'm probably approaching like the 10-year mark, I guess, total in a way, like combined between like when I started and then now, I guess.
Wow.
But like if I was doing it, if I didn't stop, it'd be um, over 20 years now. So
That's pretty cool, man.
yeah,
You're a vet.
yeah, yeah, in a way, I guess. But at the same time, because I took that time off, I don't consider myself that. Like I'm still trying to learn a lot. Like
Yeah.
I look at it like that. I'm always trying to learn and better myself, right? I don't. We're all on the same level, trying to get to the like. You have younger guys that are less experienced in that, but we're all trying to learn, right, and get better.
Yeah. Would you like to wrestle in Japan or Britain?
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to wrestle anywhere. Like that's what
I'd
I've
love
wanted.
to see you in Japan, just strong
Yeah,
styling.
yeah. I see. See, that's the other thing too. Like I used to get into the odd fight and all that, so I'm like, now I'm back in wrestling. I'm like, I appreciate that stuff a lot more. That I kind of had a rough side or a few rough years with that, but for me with my style, I like keeping it very like a basic heel in a way where I can adapt to any style. So like I keep myself very very simple with what I do that I can adapt to anything. Like I love working lucha guys a lot. Like I trained with Rob Fuego for a bit, so like that was after Eric Young. So
Oh wow.
like I didn't do a lot of the stuff, but I could take it all. So I was like, I enjoy working with those guys. And I went down and worked at like the Neo Spirit gym after that for a while too. So it was like that's when a lot of the Japan style was coming in and all that. Like Misawa Kobashi match was like a big deal at the time, and
Yeah.
like all that stuff was starting to come over here. So yeah,
Nice.
just try.
More
I
feelings.
enjoy all styles of wrestling pretty much. I keep my style how it is, and then I like to adapt to what I'm working with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are your goals and aspirations?
My goals are to go as far as I can with wrestling now. Like I'm enjoying it. Um, I'm just going one step at a time with it. I would like to have an opportunity with a bigger company. Like, I'm getting older. I'd like to try, right? So I'm just gonna go with it. But right now, I have my goals. I'd like to keep a little private, but right currently is to put on the best matches I can every show to get to that next level. So that's all you really can do to get up there, right? You have to be good at your job. So for me, I'm very very hard on myself about doing good right now with that to get to my next goal. But
Oh no, man,
that
you're good at your job. That match with
I
Flash Kincaid, the super kick spot looked great.
oh, thank you. Yeah, like right when it started raining too, it was like, oh, perfect.
Oh, I know.
It was like it cooled me down right after. It was like sitting there in the rain. That was a fun match we had. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Where will we
So I
see
mean,
you next?
I'm gonna be at Crossfire Wrestling this Sunday in St. Catharines. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, we're taping it for Kojiko. I think they do a local television station down there that airs it, and that.
That's cool.
So if you have Kojiko, you can watch it. I'll put the link up in that. But yeah, this Sunday, 4 o'clock, St. Catharines. Very big show. They're Chris LaPont runs them. It's a very good crowd down there. I enjoy it a lot. But, yeah,
What would
hope.
be an embarrassing song on your music playlist?
Oh, embarrassed. I don't get embarrassed by my terrible music. Like, I don't know. I got some Adele here, Katy Perry, um, all the way down to like Slaughter to Prevail. Like, there's some pretty wild ranges of music here. Like I
Yeah,
love my metal music and I love my terrible pop music too. So
that's all right, buddy.
yeah,
How
just a
old are you,
nice to
Mike?
play.
You
I am
you look so young.
I am 39. I'm aging
Yeah, buddy.
backwards for some reason. So I don't know how that happened, but
You look like you're in your 20s. You're doing good.
oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Hopefully that works with shows and wrestling for a bit. Hopefully I don't get my face smashed up too much, but
Yeah,
yeah, no, I appreciate that though. Thank you.
you're welcome.
I try to exercise and keep myself in shape and that the best I can, but yeah, I think
That's
just
good.
keeping
And
yourself young. Yeah,
exercise keeps the mental health down too.
yeah, I think just keeping yourself young at heart too. Like a lot of people kind of metaphorically die at a younger age, and that I've always had something to chase in a way because I didn't, we weren't brought up with a lot in my family, so it was like we had a great family, loving family, but we always were chasing something. So I find
Yeah.
that's a big thing and keeping you going. Yeah.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for talking with me.
Oh, no problem, man. I appreciate it. It's a great
I
time.
appreciate it. The fact
Yeah,
that you
anytime.
came to me like that blew my mind.
Yeah, well, I saw your first. I watched your first, the last episode you put up there. Sorry, and I was like, I think you got something going on here, and I could see in the future a lot of stars reaching out to you and that, and wanting to be on your podcast because I think, like I said, this is our first time talking. Hopefully, we can do it in the future, and you know,
I'd like to.
we could probably come up with a lot better questions to talk about too. Like now that we've talked for the first time and that, so I think this
I'm
is a
sorry,
really cool
Mike.
thing. Like, no, no, no. But I think this is a great thing, like getting the mental health awareness out there and that, like, a lot of wrestlers I think would enjoy talking about that in a way. Like, we all experience crazy things. Like, every wrestler's got a cool story, what they've
Yeah,
been through and overcome. Like, they're some of the toughest guys I've ever met and the greatest guys. So, yeah, everyone's got an interesting story. So, get more people on that want to talk about it, right?
I will. Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
Oh, oh, no problem, man. Hopefully some of the bigger stars around here start reaching out and getting on
Yep.
the show. All right.
You have a great day, Mike.
All right. You too, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.